thank you for joining us. Part of the discipline of fasting is abstaining from foods not prepared at temple or at home. Yet still we crave the occasional takeaway treat. Fear not. Today Anuradha shares an easy homemade pizza recipe, guaranteed to be a hit with the whole family.
Namaste, Vanakkam, Hare Krishna. Welcome to Conscious Cooking. Today we're going to be making a quick version of a homemade pizza. So we're going to start our pizza by making a homemade base. And the quick version of a pizza base is with the use of self-raising flour instead of yeast, because you would know that when you make an yeast dough, it takes hours while you wait for the dough to double in size and then have to work with it again and again. So we're doing a quick version by using self-raising flour, and in this bowl I have 1 cup of self-raising flour. I'm going to add about 60 grams of butter, and we're just going to work this butter into the self-raising flour, not unlike the way we would a scone dough, where we just try to get the whole consistency of breadcrumbs. And I'm just going to add a pinch of salt so that it gives the dough a little bit of a taste. And finally, we're going to bind the dough and the butter together with a half water, half milk combination. So add as much of this as you need to form a nice soft pliable dough. So don't work too much on this dough. Try to work as quickly as possible because it is self-raising flour. That's basically done. Now it depends on how thick you like your base. If you like a thin base, then obviously you'll roll out your base thinner. If you like it a bit thicker, then you will make it thicker by using more of this dough. So I'm going to make 1 pizza, and I like a thin base. So let's roll this so that it fits onto our pizza dish that's been lightly greased. I'm going to just flour my surface, which will make it easier to work on, and then we'll just roll this out. And remember, it is homemade, so you don't have to get your circle perfect. In fact, if it's not perfect, it looks a little bit more rustic and homemade. I think this is quite comfortable for me. I'm now going to place it onto my pizza dish and just lightly push it out a bit. And now I'm going to put this into the fridge for a few minutes while I make my homemade pizza sauce. Okay, so now we're going to start with our homemade pizza sauce, and in my pan I have a little bit of olive oil that I'm going to heat, and I'm going to add pureed tomato. This is something I've done by blanching tomato in hot water, removing the skin, and then blanching and blending. So it's actually pre-cooked, so it will be a very quick sauce to make. And we're going to add our tomato to our olive oil, and to this tomato sauce I'm going to add in some salt, some black pepper, and some dry Italian herb. I'm also going to add in a few fresh basil leaves to give it a nice flavor. And we're also going to add in a little bit of sugar to get rid of that tartness that comes with the tomato. And we're just going to let this cook down, and that will be the sauce for our homemade pizza. Okay, so let's have a look at our pizza sauce, which has been simmering away. Right, it's thickened quite nicely. It's ready. We're just going to let it cool now. And then when it's cooled down, we're going to add it to our pizza base. And then we're going to bake.
Right now I wanna sail away.
Okay, so our pizza sauce has cooled down quite nicely. We're now going to put it onto our base. Now we're going to cheese it. I'm using mozzarella, but of course you can use a cheese of your choice. And of course I'm making the simplest pizza. And we're going to finish it off with a little bit more Italian herb and just a hint of some pepper. And now we're going to put it in a preheated oven, 180 degrees, for about 12 to 15 minutes. And there you go, sizzling homemade margherita pizza to enjoy with friends and family.